Advisory services offered through Blackridge Asset Management, a registered investment advisor. Securities are offered through Peak Brokerage Services, LLC. Blackridge Asset Management is a separate and independent entity from Peak Brokerage Services, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. And now, Today with Denny, here's Denny Artache.
Good morning. A special day today, the first live simulcast broadcast with my favorite broad right here, Marla Brodsky.
Oh, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Hey, I got to tell you, you're one piece of broad, you know? Welcome to the Today with Denny. Although my partners who were covering the show last week, they want to rebrand it as the Denny Artache Show.
What are we calling it now? What do you call it now?
I don't know.
Does it not have a name? I always thought it was the Denny Artache Show.
No, it was Today with Denny.
Oh, look, I don't even know what damn show I'm on.
So you like the Denny Artache Show better?
I like the Denny Artache Show.
All right, so I'm going to have to rebrand it and everything.
Yeah.
So, man, I feel great. I've been getting a lot of sleep, and oh my God, it's probably
we have another guest in the studio.
Do we have another chair here, Charlie? You're going to have to work that around here. So, folks, not only is today special because we're live simulcasting, but we have Palm City Charlie also joining us. Charlie, you're going to have to
what
be in the center or on the side there. So anyway, I feel pretty good because I've been getting more sleep lately, back at the gym, drinking more water, drinking less booze.
Good for you. Is that true?
It is true.
Okay, good.
I don't drink any more or any less.
Oh, well, there you go. I think that's a big it's a big difference in statements.
You know, I have to uphold I have a business I'm running, you know?
Right.
Now, people know that I'm a musician. I was in some famous groups and I have a business. I just formed Artache Financial Group finally last month.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Because I've got a lot of great partners. Let me tell you, I want to be like Henry Ford. I've surrounded myself around people that are smarter than me, more efficient than me, and can help with all my clients. So I'm partnering up with tax professionals, attorneys. I've got this great software. It's so funny because the other day I do videos.
Yeah.
And I was posting about, listen, when you're retiring, it's not just about how much money you make, but how much you get to keep. In other words, if you don't deal with the taxes, what the hell are you doing? You're shooting yourself in the foot. Like if you're retired, this is a dumb question.
Right.
Would you rather pay 25% in taxes or 12?
I would rather pay nothing. Thank you very much.
Well, that could be arranged, but you might have to really eat some ramen soups for the first 5 years.
Yeah, I don't want to eat ramen either.
But then you'll coast after that. I can't quite see Charlie. He's kind of in the back, but what a
surprise, Charlie. Welcome, Charlie.
Welcome to me.
Oh,
welcome to you.
Oh, well, thank you.
His mic is on. I don't know. I think this trio here could be deadly and dangerous.
It was a surprise. We didn't even know it was happening.
He did show up, and he did. Yes, turn it over to the side so we can see Charlie. Absolutely.
There's Charlie.
I hit every single light coming here.
That happens.
Well, I didn't hit him, but I was stopped.
You know what's funny, Charlie? We actually had a conversation about traffic. Now, for the people that are tuning in live on the radio, you did not realize that we've actually went live on Facebook about 10 minutes earlier.
Yes, we did.
Wow.
And so we did have a few different conversations that we can always go back to because they were very exciting. One was about traffic in Florida. Denny was complaining about traffic, and I debated him saying he does not know what traffic is.
You know what it is? It may not be stump. It's just people are like stupid. Like
there are a lot of stupid people.
They're to the right of me, and then they'll stop and cross over 2 lanes because they said, "Oh my God, there's my turn."
Right.
You know, they're not thinking. They're like in a mental vapor lock until they get to the point where they go, I've got to make a left. And who cares if I'm 2 lanes to the right?
But at least they're driving. In California, they just sit there. Like people just sit there. Like
they look at each other?
They just sit there and look at each other. I'm convinced. Now, here's my conspiracy theory about traffic in California. Because the traffic in California is ridiculous. If anyone has never been to California.
Look at me, baby. Okay. It's more effective. Okay.
They literally, the cars just sit there. They just line up. It's like a parking lot on the 405 or the 101. Anywhere you go, the cars
or the 10.
Anywhere.
Or the 10.
Yes, it's terrible. But my conspiracy theory is that the government has hired pace cars to just sit there and slow the traffic down.
That's your conspiracy.
That's like, yes,
I
believe that because I really believe that because sometimes it'll suddenly just open up, it'll break up, and there's no accident, there's no nothing, and I'm like, what in the world is going on?
That's Gavin Newsom. He's doing that to you.
Don't get us started.
Newsom.
I'm going cuckoo for Cocoa
It's not
Puffs.
because most Californians are getting high 24/7.
I mean, that could be too. Listen, in California, there's literally a pot dispenser. It's like Starbucks. Every street corner is
There
another
is not
dispensary.
a pot. Really?
Like
you can just drive up and just get hot or get a joint or something.
I mean, but they're like nice stores. Like
Well,
we're
Harry
talking really
Reid.
high-end, beautiful locations.
Didn't Harry Reid buy a dispensary or something
I don't know.
when he retired? When he retired from the Senate, yeah,
I mean,
I believe he did.
So the guy has all this money.
Yep.
And he decided to go into a pot. Mike Tyson, I hear, has a big pot dispensary.
They're
Yes,
great
he
money
He has
does.
a podcast that he does.
I think it's called Punch in the Face.
Well, can you imagine that guy being too stoned and I don't know, he snaps into a mode like round 7, Leon Finch. Let's go. Or maybe he just does it because he has to mellow out. I don't know. So,
I'm not a smoker. So, I mean, if I were to smoke, first of all, I have a raspy voice to begin with. So smoking for me would be like the kiss of death. I'm not a smoker. And I like to have my mind about me or whatever mind I have left about me. So
Well, I like a cigar occasionally.
You like a cigar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never smoked a cigar.
You used to smoke, right, Charlie?
What?
Cigarettes.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I stopped a long time ago. Mucho years ago.
I can't believe you made it. The first time you tried to make it to the station, I had to sit outside.
I was
like one of those guys in a chicken suit, flagging Charlie. Hey, we're over here. Where are you? I'm right here, man.
I couldn't miss you because you definitely pump some iron, brother.
I do. Yes.
Yeah, me too, brother.
I don't.
You both
want
look
to
great.
Be big. I just.
You look great too, Marla.
Oh, thank you.
Marla
thank
does.
You,
I'm telling you, we should talk about they're lining up to see her. It's not just her looks; it's her personality.
It's her radio. She's a radio personality.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank
She's
you.
a casting director. That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we should bring back that. What is that show that you had where you were podcasting from a hot tub?
Oh, that was called
Oh,
TJIF. Thank Jacuzzi. It's Friday. And let me tell you something. That was a really fun show. I get messages all the time asking me when it's coming back.
When it's coming back.
Because I went on hiatus. I did go on.
All right. Well, listen, I have a really nice jacuzzi in my back.
We could put a slipper tub in here.
I don't know if it would work or
a little bubble bath.
Do we have a call, Evan?
I did go live from a bubble bath as well.
Hold on. Oh, we got my good friend
Phil,
Captain Randy on
Captain Randy.
We're gonna find out.
All
is
right.
he on the air now? Randy, are you there?
I'm on the air. I think this is this the Larry, Curly, and Moe show? I'm confused.
Which one am I? Am I Curly? Wait, which one am I? I'm
which
messy.
one am I?
I don't know. Which one am I?
Oh, well, you've got to be Moe. Danny, you got to be Moe. You're the leader.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So Captain Randy is a great veteran. We go to Republican Club 45 parties together. He also has a group that Generation Gap who performs.
Oh, nice.
And I wanted him to call today because Randy's in the medical field and he's going to talk about the therapies that are available because this COVID thing hasn't gone away, folks. I think they want it to last until the next decade. So, Randy, what do you want to share your pearls of wisdom that we started talking about with the therapies that are available?
Well, I think Denny and I'm sorry, your guest. There's Denny and there's Palm City Charlie and the I don't want to call her the Broad like you do. What is your name?
Well, her last name is Brodsky, so Marla Brodsky.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll call her the Broad. The Broad is on the
Denny
air.
and the Broad. That's the new show.
Denny and the Broad.
Denny and the Broad.
Wow.
That's
a
I
hit.
can put my glasses back
That's
on.
a hit.
I think
Denny and the Broad.
All right.
Well,
So
first of all, Denny, let me take my sunglasses off. I saw Marla on the screen on Facebook Live, and I thought it was sunglass time. So I'm taking my sunglasses off.
I'll take mine off too. I just put them back on. I'm going to take them off. All right.
Denny, you asked about how long this would go, COVID.
Yes.
And I call it the COVID charade of a pandemic. If you remember, from now until the movie, until eternity, Infinity and Beyond with Toy Story, there are people in the government
I wish
and
Facebook
the expert Saint Fauci would love to have COVID go on into eternity and keep the focus of the American people strictly on messenger RNA vaccines. And that's the answer to that question.
So the question is,
I thought you might want some updates. Go ahead. You had a question?
No. I'm just saying. So in other words, basically, they want the RNA vaccine to continue, but they're not
or
talking
the boosters
about,
or the boosters. Now we're in vaccine 2.0 called now the boosters.
Vaccine 2.0. Right. That's right. They're talking about the boosters. You know, here's the thing, Randy. I wish they could hear you live on Facebook, but they can tune in to WSTU.
Right. There's a phone call
How
going
insane is, look, I'm pro-vaccine if that's what you want to do. It's your body. We all have choices and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start seeing that we possibly could lose 35% of the police force, medical workers,
right.
firefighters, that is a scary thought.
Very scary.
I mean,
it's very scary.
Do you think, Randy, do you think they're going to get to their senses and stop this, or do you think they're just going to continue forcing the mandate issues on everybody?
Well, first of all, I suppose I should give a few credentials to your radio audience about where I come from.
Yes.
I'm a retired Army Nurse Corps officer.
Mm-hmm.
So part of what we did in the military is when we would send troops to be deployed to wherever, I'm not talking about America, I'm talking about all over the world.
Right.
We'd have to do some epidemiologic and some public health studies. And among those things, what is the situation with water? What is the sanitary situations? What about sewage? What's the weather? What are the prevailing inherent local geographic disease maladies that our troops might be exposed to? So in other words, the military is not just taking care of people in terms of what we know in the civilian world of healthcare. We have to be all epidemiology experts because we have to know what we're sending our troops into, how to prepare them before they get there. And when they come home, do we need to quarantine them or do anything to make sure that their health and the health of their families and Americans are safe before we let them go back out circulating in the United States of America? So there's a little bit of my background. But Denny, your question was about the 35%
yes,
of
my question
potential
is,
35%
right.
of the workforce, of first responders, of nurses, of doctors, of medical technicians. And I'll answer this very simply. And I'll do it kind of on a skewed tangent, but I think everybody will understand.
You're not holding back, are you, Randy? You are not a shy person.
Can I just tell you the funniest thing about this? When we were just talking about the show that I used to do, the original show was called Live at 5 Corona Talk, where we talk about anything but the coronavirus. So I am way out of my comfort zone. I never discussed the coronavirus.
That's okay.
This is crazy.
No, but Randy.
Marla, this is why you have me this morning. I can take care of all that.
Randy, I love you. That's
Exactly.
great. Randy, thanks for coming.
The problem is the Facebook Live audience they can't hear
right, they
what
have no
Randy's
idea.
saying.
They have no idea.
He could be singing Tiny Tim songs for all they know.
We are talking about
Denny, I
the
do think that the Democrat Party is tiptoeing through the tulips.
They are
with this whole charade of the COVID vaccine. But in a nutshell, 18 to 20 months ago, every single first responder, every single nurse that we could find in America with a license, we wanted them taking care of COVID patients in this country. They were heroes. They were heroines. As a matter of fact, we gave Super Bowl tickets, free Super Bowl tickets, to first responders and nurses.
It's true.
Back in February,
they were the heroes.
They were heroes,
first
Denny.
Responders,
and now,
medical,
as I say, years ago when I played football in college, my coach would always say, "Lundy, I'm going to tell you something real quick here. A pat on the back is only 2 inches away from a kick in the butt." So one day you're a hero, and the next day you're a heel.
So, Randy, what about, look, I think we have a great governor. Some people disagree with me. It's a free country. You can say what you want. But he made it possible for all these therapies that are available. Talk about it. How do people, if they do get COVID, look up where they can get these therapies that are available? And tell me, in your opinion, is it true that people go there and a day later they feel so much better from going through these therapies, for the COVID?
Yeah, if you folks don't mind, if you give me a few minutes, I'd like to tell you a few little caveats, and then I will give you some statistics. Would that work, Denny?
Yes. I mean, my listening audience in the radio would love it. My Facebook audience are like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
So, they have no idea
we don't
what's
have
going
a speaker
on.
that we don't have a speaker that we can put so they can hear. But yes, tell our listener audience, if you don't mind, Randy, as expeditiously as you can, about these therapies that are available.
Gotcha. Well, first of all, Denny, and to your radio audience and your co-host this morning, I must make a confession. Yes, I was there yesterday with Governor DeSantis in West Palm Beach when he called the Biden administration the Brand administration.
The what
administration?
Brand administration.
Oh, I loved it.
The Brand administration. And as soon as he did that, the hundreds of us that were there started with the chant,
of course,
"Let's go, Brandon."
I don't know how that started. What does Brandon have to do with the expletive and Biden that they would sing at the radio?
Well, about I don't know, maybe in early September, there was a NASCAR race that happened, and I believe it was in Tuscaloosa.
But who the hell is Brandon?
I might be wrong about the location. But the gentleman who won the race, first-time winner, his first name was Brandon.
Oh, okay. So it's a NASCAR thing.
There was a little young female fake news snot news reporter interviewing him.
Okay.
As she was interviewing him trackside, the people in the NASCAR fans in the stand started the chant, "F Joe Biden."
Oh gosh!
And that translated.
You could hear it over the air. You could hear it over the air. It was very clear what they were saying.
I know that.
And so the young lady reporter, reporter says, "Oh, listen to this. The fans are chanting, and what are they? Oh, they're saying, 'Let's go, Brandon.' Let's go, Brandon."
So that's how it
started. They weren't saying "Let's go, Brandon." They were saying "F Joe Biden."
Oh,
so the fake news now is all in an uproar.
News to
Every
me.
time we say the dog whistle code conspiracy, "Let's go, Brandon," it connotates to F Joe Biden. So the moral of that story, real quick, if the fake news would report the truth, "Let's go, Brandon" would have never came about. "Let's go, Brandon" would not be existing today. And certainly Governor DeSantis would not have said or called the Biden administration the Brandon administration yesterday.
Brandon administration.
So that's that story.
All right,
let's
back
get
to
back to COVID.
We got to kind of, I'm behind on commercials. I'm behind on.
Denny, you got to get caught up, brother.
We never got to the point of what the question that you
The
asked.
question was the therapies that are available in Florida that people, if they do get COVID, because we have a friend, Phil, who had COVID, and he did, Evan, didn't he do one of these therapies and he was feeling a lot better afterwards? He did
the Regeneron therapy.
Okay, so
he got the 4 shots.
What is the one with the Invectrin, or what is it called? Or
Ivermectin.
Ivermectin, yeah. See, I don't even know the
What's
names.
Ivermectin? I've never even heard of Ivermectin.
I don't know.
This is part of what I was wanting to share with you folks today. First of all, let's talk about the monoclonal antibodies, and then we'll go into a little bit of a caveat story, Marla, that I think you will appreciate. But when you say, "I've never heard of ivermectin," there's a whole lot of things that the American people have not heard of, and it's been purposeful not to hear of. First of all, monoclonal antibodies. Monoclonal antibodies is a synthetic product that's been made by pharmaceutical manufacturers.
Okay.
And what these are they come in a little IV bag, and they're basically synthetic antibodies. And you put them in a solution, and you infuse them intravenously into patients. And this is very, very effective in terms of keeping people's COVID clinical symptoms. And what I mean by clinical symptoms is getting the cough, getting the fevers, getting the body aches, getting the issues where your oxygen level starts to drop and you're having some respiratory compromise.
Okay.
Those are the things that get you in the hospital.
Okay.
And that potentially could lead to someone's mortality with COVID. Monoclonal antibodies given early on, if you test positive, if you've been exposed, if you have some of the initial symptoms, go to one of the 25 monoclonal antibody treatment centers established by Governor DeSantis in the state of Florida.
For those in the Facebook listening live, and there are 25 different places in Florida for monoclonal therapy treatment that you can go if you get COVID and you'd like to recover.
Well, if you don't, then you don't need symptoms. You could test positive.
You could just
test negative. You could have been exposed. If you feel you have symptoms, go to those clinics and you can get a monoclonal antibody infusion.
All right.
And this has been shown to reduce hospitalizations by over 50% and reduce mortality by over 80%.
Let's hope nobody even needs it. Let's hope.
Yeah, let's hope nobody needs it. But
Florida has the lowest numbers, right?
I think.
Well, yeah.
Florida has the lowest.
Florida, right? Marla, that's a good point. Yeah. Florida is right now the lowest state in the union, in our country, in terms of COVID positive testing and cases. As a matter of fact, just this morning, for our listening audience in the Treasure Coast area, The 4 Cleveland Clinic Foundation hospitals in the Treasure Coast area report this morning only 19 documented COVID cases in all 4 of their hospitals.
That's
wow,
great.
19
That's
cases.
Great. I've never heard of
awesome.
such a low number. I mean, that is amazing. That's
well,
great.
Randy, I appreciate your input. I'm
Thanks,
looking forward to
Randy.
seeing you on Monday. And ladies and gentlemen, listening
on Monday.
Yeah, isn't
oh yeah, Monday we have our Club 45 USA event with Speaker Newt Gingrich, and Denny will be playing music
I will
live.
be performing. That's right.
Songs.
I'm going to be performing.
And then Thursday, Veterans Day.
Maybe
Denny, don't forget about
Veterans
Day.
Thursday is Veterans Day.
At Tradition. At Tradition, my singing group will be there performing.
Oh, nice.
With hopefully Congressman Mass will be able to make it.
That's awesome.
And 3:30 in the afternoon at Tradition Town Hall in
Tradition Town Hall in Port St. Lucie. All right, folks, that's Randy Lundy. Thanks for the update.
Bye, Randy.
And I'll see you on Monday, brother. We're gonna take a break and come back with Marla and Bomb City Charlie. Are back on the Denny Artache Show with special guests Marla and Palm City Charlie.
Hi,
Denny
everybody.
and the Broad.
That's right.
So Charlie's asking about music. Let me tell you.
Yes.
I don't know how I screwed myself, but I have 5 shows in 4 days this weekend.
Well, how does that even happen?
I'm stupid like that.
You're double dipped. You double dipped.
No, I'm quadruple dipped.
Oh my God.
Clone yourself.
All right. So on Friday, I'm going to be playing at where you saw me with Scott. What is that? Pirates Cove.
I love Pirates Cove. Oh.
I just don't know if we're going to be in the cave or outside. I hope we're outside.
That's a great place.
Okay.
So we're going to be there Friday. Yep. But Saturday, there is a beer fest going on in Stewart at Memorial Park, Charlie.
I'm going to miss it.
You're not in town?
No, I'm going away tomorrow.
I love dark.
Going to Orlando.
You're not being whisked away, are you?
I'm not being whisked away.
Right.
I am going away, but I'm not being whisked.
All right.
But I am going.
So on Saturday, we're doing the beer fest. I think it's 2 to 5.
Yes.
And then later that night, we're playing at Carson's Tavern in Stewart. Now, I haven't played at Carson's in a while. That's a really cool place.
Yeah.
It's different. It's small.
Very small.
But the people love good music. And then on Sunday, we're playing at Mulligan's
I'll be
Beach
back
House.
Sunday.
From 4 to 7.
Good.
I'll be there, brother.
Yeah.
And man, I'm going to need espresso probably because again, I'm also performing on Monday for the Republican Party at the Airport Hilton.
Crazy.
Newt Gingrich will be the guest speaker.
Wow.
He's pretty high in the food chain of the Republican Party. So
He's way up there. Contract with America.
Yeah,
remember the contract with America?
That's amazing.
What is contract with America?
Well, back with Clinton.
Oh.
Okay,
I can't remember that far.
I know. I'm like,
I used to smoke a lot more.
Too many years ago. Too many years ago for me.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's why Clinton decided to play with the Republicans because he was forced to do so.
Oh.
Well, it's funny. Back then, there was a lot more of getting along. They didn't like each other. God knows they didn't like each other, but they said, "Hey,
all just get along.
Let's agree to disagree, and let's pass some bills for the sake of the people."
It wasn't so divided.
It really
we have
wasn't.
never been such a divided.
It's
country.
crazy.
It's crazy.
I'm unapologetically a conservative Republican, but I invite any Democratic, liberal-minded person to come on the show, share their views. That's what America's about. We're all, what happened to disagreeing and educating each other and talking about the differences?
Out the window.
Kind of, yeah. So I just because I manage money for a living, the liberal policies from a financial standpoint don't make a lot of sense.
They don't make any sense.
I do see that, yes, people should have health insurance. Absolutely. There's there's a lot of things that we can meet in the middle, but we're not going to turn this into a political show. So
no, I hate talking politics. It's like my least favorite topic behind the coronavirus.
Behind the coronavirus. But coronavirus is number 1, right?
Yeah. It was just so funny because I specifically had a show called Live at 5 Corona Talk where we talk about anything but the coronavirus. We weren't allowed to talk about the coronavirus or politics.
And where
Two
was that?
Things now.
Where was it in 2020?
It was last year. Yeah, it was last year. That's the show that turned into TJIF Thank Jacuzzi. It's Friday.
Okay.
But let me just throw something in.
Oh no, not political.
No. No, because honestly, I semi agree with Marla that we shouldn't be talking politics, but that's one of the reasons why things have been happening the way they've been happening, because we as Republicans, conservatives, etc., we get called racist as soon as we bring up anything.
If we ask any question, we are demagogues and racist. That's
just
true.
Literally, we throw out a common sense issue, such as I wasn't brought up racist at all.
I was not either.
Yeah, colorblind.
Nor was I.
That concept is. Yeah. I mean, I see it, but I don't
understand.
If I had some friends that behave, I'd say, "What the hell's the matter with you? What what tree did you fall off that you believe this? That you're better than somebody because of the color of your skin or where you grew up." And so I don't know.
But let me throw one more thing out.
What's that?
When I taught school years ago, that 4th grade.
Yes.
Years ago, there was a study. Some teacher decided in the morning, all blue-eyed people, the children, all blue-eyed were smarter than the brown-eyed.
Nice.
All of a sudden.
Where did you read this?
So this was a study done by a teacher.
Okay, I know people that is not true.
All right. No, it is. And then, the next
people
day,
that are pretty stupid.
And then the next day, she switched it. I mean, it's proving a point.
Yeah, it's
that if
silly.
you continue to say something long enough, it becomes truth.
Well, listen, people have their own beliefs, and I'm totally fine with that. Everyone can believe what they want to believe. I live in California, which is a very, very left.
Used to. You're now converted to Floridian.
I'm back and forth. But as you know, it's very, very left. I'm friends with everybody. I don't particularly care. I myself am moderate. There are things I like from this side. There are things I like from this side. I'm not far to either side. So that's why for me, I don't get caught up in all of the.
Yeah, I agree. Debates. I am not an extreme right.
I'm not an extremist. Yeah.
Well, I'm a libertarian now. Libertarian.
Yes, libertarian means less government. Yes,
right.
Yeah.
Because, get out of my way, brother.
Exactly. Can you imagine Charlie, a decorated Vietnam veteran, as a 4th grade teacher? I would pay to see that. Were you
I know, right? I'm like, wait, what? Can we just go back to school now?
I just think about that scene with Sam Kinison in Back to School, and that might be Charlie. Hey, let's talk about the Vietnam veteran. I was up to my knees in rice patties while people like you were getting high. Listen to the Beatle albums.
Say it.
Right.
Yeah.
Charlie, were you like that?
Oh my God.
Were you like that, Charlie, when you were teaching?
I ran a health club like that, and this health club never made bonus ever.
Wow, Charlie, what haven't you done?
We made bonus 11 months out of 12. It was amazing.
I think he was hard closing people in the membership.
Yeah, Palm City. Charlie found money.
You don't
in Bridgeport.
understand. You need this membership. Oh no. You need this. In fact, sign right there. Okay.
I didn't do all the selling, but my salespeople kicked butt.
Nice.
We did good. Yeah.
So listen, we promised we were going to talk about Marla's dating life.
We promised. We promised.
We promised the Facebook Live people that we're going to talk about your date. You say you love to date. You could go
like dating.
You could go on 10 dates a day. You said, right?
Listen, anybody can go on 10 dates a day.
Not anybody.
Yes, they can. If you want to go out, you go out. Like that. Honestly, there is so. And by the way, I do not go on 10 dates a day. Like that's. Let's just put that out there. People are gonna be like, "What?
No,
what's wrong
just
with this
kidding.
Woman?
Maybe 8.
No, I do not do that. But the point is, I come from a place where I feel like everybody who wants to meet somebody can. There are so many options nowadays and ways to meet people, whether it's online, so many different apps.
Men are aggressive by nature. You can't be a good-looking girl and go to the drugstore without being approached.
Absolutely. You meet us.
You go anywhere.
Meet someone
you could be changing your tire on the side of the road.
Right.
Hey, babe, how you doing? You need some help?
Which, by the way, is good because then they'll change the tire for you. However,
I didn't think about that. That's
you know what I mean? So that helps.
I have AAA.
But the point is, it's like, I do like dating and I love meeting new people. A lot of people don't like dating. They don't like the idea of a first date.
Yeah.
I love a first date.
Well, then make it a second date.
No, I don't like a second date.
What do you like about it? The interview process?
It's just, I love getting to know people. I do. I love getting to know people.
Do you really get to know people on the first date?
I do, because I love the good conversation. I love that it's new and it's fresh.
You're real. That's why, like, you're not going to go on a date and go, I'll take water. And the salad.
Oh my God, no.
You're like, give me some steak and potatoes.
Yes.
Let's do it.
And I'm like, get everything. I'll share. I like French fries. I'm like, let's share everything. I tell everyone, I'm like, guys, you order whatever you want.
That's why you're single. You scare the hell out of the guys. It's like, this chick doesn't drink coffee, alcohol, and she eats steak and potatoes. Holy
I like
crap,
salad
what did I
too.
get myself into?
No, listen, here's the thing. I love going on a first date. When a guy asks me out on a second date, I have to really think to myself, because usually on a first date, the guy will express his feelings right away. Like,
Really?
this
Right
is
away?
amazing, right away. This is amazing, whatever, blah, 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 for whatever reason. And which is a giant red flag for me, because I've been to that rodeo 18 times and counting, right? So I feel like, and I explain, anytime something goes from 0 to hero, it goes right back to 0. So I like to take my time.
So you're saying, like, yes, if anyone pours it on that strongly on the first date, run, Forrest,
right.
Run.
And by the way, I'm the girl that sometimes if I'm in the mood, I'm like, I'll reel it in. I'll be like, all right, I'll play along for a couple weeks. You know,
will?
Yeah, every once in a while, depending on the guy.
Weeks?
Well, because usually that's when it ends. You know, or well, a couple months, whatever. It depends.
So
like,
wait.
Yeah.
I'm interviewing you.
Yeah, please.
I'm curious.
Yes.
So on all these dates, who pays for the food and the drinks and everything?
Better be the guy.
It's always the guy.
It's always. There you go.
It's always the guy. Have you ever known a woman to take a man out on a first date? I mean, I guess it's happened. It's never happened to me.
I've been taken out on first. Yes.
Back
when I was young and good looking.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't think like I don't know. I come from. You have to understand. Like I come from a family of men. Right? Like I have 2 brothers. Most of my cousins are guys, you know, and like my father, like always raised my brothers to treat a woman like a princess and like take her out and be very nice. And that's the way my father was. So there's nothing wrong with it. My brothers are total gentlemen. They treat their women like queens, and that's the type of man that I go out with.
So folks, if you'd like to go out with Marla, just call 1-800
No.
bring your A game.
And you better open the door.
You better open the door. Interestingly enough, I think less people are dating these days, not more people. Either it's the COVID or I don't know. I look at, do people have a lot of excess money to go out dating? Do they really have a lot do?
Yeah.
Really?
I think they do. I think people are dating more. Let me tell you something.
Well, the people that Marla likes.
Exactly.
No, let me tell the reason why, because you asked me you asked me earlier why I don't get into relationships.
Yes, I'm curious about that.
There's a few reasons, again, it's like, I think that because there's so many people out there dating and there's so much access and there's so many ways to find new people.
Okay.
People are living too many separate lives behind the door. You know what I mean? So you could be telling somebody, I really like you and I want to date you. But then they're running home and calling their, last date and they're this date and that. And there's like so much lying and cheating and all this stuff going on. Like, I don't want to be in that mix.
I don't get all that. Listen,
I don't like that. I want one, just one.
Right. I have one. I have Franny. It's enough to get along with one.
Right.
To try and juggle and get along with 5 or 10 at the same time. What is that?
It's like,
that's
listen,
nuts.
It's one thing to go on a date and like, and I am very nice. Like I don't ghost anybody.
Okay.
I didn't even know what that meant. I remember the first time somebody told me they got ghosted.
And
I was
ghosting
like,
right.
I thought, well, that's
Charlie, you know what ghosting is?
Probably.
Charlie, let me tell you.
Secret things or something?
No, I thought it meant that somebody came to your house with a sheet over their head and was like, boo,
oh my
like scaring
God.
them like a Halloween costume.
So what is ghosting
But it's
mean?
not. It's disappearing. It's ignoring.
Oh,
it's not talking to you.
So you go,
and I think that is the most
on a date?
horrible. No, like after you don't like the person,
right.
you just ghost them. Like you just ignore them. I think that is the most immature.
So in other words, they don't
thing.
say,
in
sales,
Marla, that's called deaf earing.
I do not like it.
Did you
I
hear about that?
always let somebody know, you know what? It's not going to work out. I want to be your friend, whatever the case is.
I can explain that.
Okay.
Now, that's not me because I'm very direct. In fact, I'm too direct for
You're
a lot
in
of
New York,
people,
though.
and that's okay.
Okay.
But a lot of people don't like confrontation. It takes a lot of courage to look someone in the eye and go, you're cool, but you just don't do it for me. And I just wanted to let you know, thank you very much. That takes courage.
It does, but I think it's so important. Like we are grown adults.
Well,
we should be able to communicate. To me, communication is number one. Communication and trust, number one.
I'm just telling you, that's why so many people text. They don't want to call someone and actually have a conversation.
Listen, even saying it via text is better.
Oh, they don't even text you?
No,
So
ghosting is nothing.
So you've had a lot of ghosters?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay.
No. And what I'm saying is,
what about you, Charlie?
I am not a ghoster.
Charlie, you've been married what? How many times you've been married, Charlie?
3.
3 times.
Three
like
times.
Evan.
Three's a charm.
These are 3-time offenders here.
Nice.
Did you have ghosting done to you when you were dating? You remember that far back?
Ghosting? No, not at all.
Okay.
It's a thing now. Now, I don't do that. Like when somebody asks me out again, or I will tell them straight up, like, yes, I want to go out again, or no, I do not. I don't just ignore somebody. And I feel like that is the worst thing you could do to somebody. Why just ignore them? It's so immature. It is so disrespectful.
I'm telling you why.
So grow a set.
Well,
My God, people.
Marla's not outspoken at all, is she?
No, she's not. She should stop holding
She
back.
holds back all the time.
She should really let it roll, And I think, can you imagine? She's probably scares the hell out of most of the dates she goes out, and they're like, "Holy shit, what did I get into?"
I don't think I scare them. I mean, I don't. Supposedly, they're all really happy.
They love it, right?
And I try to stay friends.
That's right. They don't ghost you.
No, and I try honestly.
So Marla, do you tell them after the first date? You're like, you're a nice guy, but this isn't going to work.
I don't tell them at the date. No, I don't tell them.
No, not at the date, but afterwards.
Afterwards, yes.
So what do you say? Like, how do you let them down?
It depends how I feel about them. If I think they're an amazing guy, and here's the thing, and this is the truth. Yeah. If I think they are an amazing guy and an amazing catch, but just not right for me at the time, right? Then I will say, I think you're great. I want to keep you as a friend, and I have amazing single girlfriends that I would love to set you up with. And I am quite the matchmaker. Don't get it twisted. I love setting up my friends, and I have this amazing group of friends here in Florida again too. I do the same thing in California, but right now I have this great group of friends in Florida who I love dearly. They're amazing women and amazing guys.
Really? And they're single.
And they're single.
She's running a dating club.
I'm running a bit of a dating service.
Oh my God.
Complimentary.
Do they put out in the
Marla's
first date or the second date? I mean, what are the parameters?
I do not promote putting out. To each his own. Everybody does what they want to do.
Do they sign a waiver like I'm not responsible for anything that happens after this date?
Listen, I'm not responsible for anybody connecting or not connecting. Okay. All I can do is I can make the connection. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I apologize. But I I love that I have this sort of outlet to be with people and go out and do fun things here in Florida. And again, I have to say, I thank my Florida life to my brother Mark. If it wasn't for my brother Mark really paying for me to be out here, he's given me a place to live, he's given me a car, I would not be here. So we also say, thank you, Mark. Everyone say thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh, Mark made a mark.
Mark made a mark.
Thanks, Mark. Listen, start charging her, okay? This freeloading stuff's got to stop.
After January 1st, I'm on my own. He already told me.
Really? So you are paying him after January?
Well, after January, I don't even have a place to live after January.
Is that right?
Yeah. Wow. So it was really funny. We had talked about, I was trying to get him to buy this other condo. We were talking about him buying this other condo. He's like, but then you're going to have to pay for it. You're going to have to pay rent. And I'm like, I think what everybody seems to forget is I am paying for a whole life that I'm not using back in California. Just because I'm here.
Right. You are paying the studio. Right. That's right.
I am paying for a place in Studio City. I am paying for a car that I'm not using. I am paying insurance. I am paying taxes. I am paying much more than it would cost me to live here just to be in California. When I'm not even there, I'm here. So it's, I don't know that I want to spend.
So listen, if we have any millionaires out there that are looking for an energetic roommate.
Well, there's 700 billionaires.
Are there 700 billionaires?
Yeah, that's what I heard. You got to shoot high, Marla.
Well, all right.
Don't do millionaires. Just do billionaires.
You can be my agent. You can be my dating agent.
I think we're going to take one more break so that I can promote my company, Artache Financial Group, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back. Is it going to be a minute break, Evan, or 2 minutes?
2 and 2.
Oh, my
2
God.
minutes.
A lot can happen in 2 minutes. We'll be back on the Denny Artache Show. That's the new brand, right? Or Denny and the Broad. That's what it is.
Denny and the Broad.
All right. You are back on Denny Artache Show or Denny and the Broad or Today with Denny. We should do a survey and see
which is best.
Which is best.
Right.
Which one kind of.
What resonates?
I think Denny and the Broad.
You do like
Good.
Denny and the Broad.
I have to be honest.
New Yorker,
I'm feeling like people probably think I'm like a terrible person when it comes to dating right now.
Really?
Because we didn't really clarify. What it is that I am looking for, why into a relationship. Because I think, you thought I just hate being in a relationship, but that's not the truth. Like, I really want to be in a relationship, but I'm looking for the man that makes me not want to meet another man.
I think you're looking for somebody very strong.
Yes, they have to be much stronger. Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, I'm going to end up steamrolling all over.
Yeah, I think you're just looking for someone who's genuine.
Yes,
that's all.
I don't want to lie. I've had my fair share of liars, of cheaters, of full of S guys. Like, I don't need it. I really just want to find that one guy who I can trust, who I can communicate with, who just wants to have fun with me and do stupid stuff like go to karaoke, go dancing. Speaking of karaoke, we went to karaoke the other night.
You did?
And I got asked to front a band. That's going to be my third job now.
Listen,
that's,
Marla,
that's my third job now.
Those guys do exist. They're about 350 pounds, and they have moles, buck teeth, but they're out there, baby. That's not important to you, right?
You know what? I don't want to be. Lord. I'm not looking for a Mr. Right now. I want the Mr. Right. You know, I don't want to just be in a relationship. Anybody can settle. Anybody can just hook up. I'm not a casual girl. I don't do casual flings. I don't do friends with benefits. It's like either it's going to work or it's not. Like, let's not waste each other's time.
The tough part about it, look, the pandemic, what we've gone through as a country is just, people's worlds have been turned upside down.
Yes.
A lot of my musician friends, this is the only source of income that they've had. And this pandemic has wiped them out. It's not like they could fall back on something, because can you imagine you're interviewing yourself for a decent job, not I don't even know, what is minimum wage in Florida? Has it gone up to $15?
I don't know.
I think it's
is it Evan? Is it $15 now? Okay. All right. So can you really feed your family on $15 an hour and they take taxes out? I don't think so.
No.
So you're a musician all your life, and can you imagine interviewing? So tell me what you've done. Oh, I've played Leonard Skinner songs for the last 20 years at clubs. Yeah, you're exactly what we're looking for. And they were wiped out. It's even top musical artists, all their tours got canceled. I'm not even sure. Well, they're going to shows now,
well, they're
right?
Coming back.
They're coming back, but kind of slowly, right?
Yeah.
I would love for us to get back to normal, but I just don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we talked earlier about the crazy mandates and people right now. A lot of people are still hurting. They're doing better, but I say for the most part, my point is that's probably why the dating scene is a little wacky right now, because a lot of people are going through rough times.
Yeah.
Inflation is real. When you look at the prices of everything going up,
it's ridiculous.
The dollar is shrinking more and more.
Oh, yeah.
Part of my practice, it was so hilarious because, I do videos. I post them out there on Social Security and investing. And this butthead had the audacity to post. It said, "Oh no, the best thing for retirees is take present value, see how much you need, and figure out how it's going to grow."
What the hell did he just say?
Right. That's the old Billy Bob way of
Brandon. Maybe
listen. When it comes to money, you have to factor in taxes and inflation.
Yeah.
If you don't, it doesn't matter. If your goal is $10,000 a month and it's costing you $15,000 a month, what the hell is that $10,000 a month going to do for you?
You're losing $5,000 somehow.
Somehow. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like those. I see them all the time. I would never sell you a new. I would never. When it comes to financial planning and money, it takes a few horses to win the race.
Right.
You don't put it all in one and go, "Here we go."
Right.
This is going to work. It's so stupid. And so
legs on a stool.
So as we're looking at this, what's so crazy is the stock market keeps going higher and higher. Yeah. Do we think it's going to continue? No.
What goes up must come down eventually.
Pretty much.
That was a good song.
You have to be ready for the ebbs and flows. And, my story is interesting because I still love music. I still play. I'm getting ready to go to the IBC in January doing original. But my passion has turned into the company I formed, helping people with their money so that they don't go broke and they're not eating ramen or Spam ham. And
by the way, some people do like that stuff.
What, the Spam or the ramen?
Both. Both. There's like real ramen restaurants in LA.
They really pay to eat
real ramen. Like, we're talking fancy ramen restaurants, like expensive ramen restaurants. And to me, I'm like, oh my God, hello, I'm not in college anymore.
So here's another thing too, back on my point with finance, because I have a passion for this, right? Healthcare is a really big issue. More bankruptcies are caused because of medical bills and people not getting the right health insurance, or there's a retired couple, they need long-term care and they can't pay the bills. So folks, the company's Artache Financial Group. My office line is 561-537-5897. Call in. I do different financial plans for people. We look at optimization. We look at your investments. Now's the time to look at it because things are still okay. In other words, The market's high,
Mm-hmm.
but inflation is also high. And there's a lot of uncertainty. You know, these, for lack of other words, dum-dums in Washington can't agree on anything these days.
Thank God for Joe Manchin.
Well, he did stop sinking the battleship because I think what he said was like, listen, I don't want to agree. No, I'm not going to sign the bill and then figure out what it is. I want to read the bill first.
Oh, no. Pelosi wants
see
to
what it
always,
does, and then I'll agree to sign it.
Pelosi likes to read it afterwards.
Kinda. So, look, this is really important stuff. It's not just us, it's our children. We have to deal with debt going forward. We have to deal with money I'm really concerned about, Christmas season. People are not going to be able to get the supplies and goods that they want because we have these ships that are off port.
Oh, yeah.
Not delivering. We have a shortage of truck drivers. I saw that too.
Listen, there's a shortage of hospitality staff.
There is, yes.
You can't even go to the diner and get service anywhere. Like there are just no workers.
I went to, I was behind and I had to get something quick. So I went to Chipotle, right?
Yeah.
There was one guy working the counter and people were waiting. They said, hey, we're just taking orders online. I said, what the hell's going on? He goes, well, we can't find people to work.
Yeah.
They don't want to work.
Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to work. It is crazy. All the restaurants there's a cute little restaurant on Hutchinson Island.
Hospitalities, they're just people are waiting.
They had to close. They have now shortened their schedule. It's only open 4 to 9.
What are they doing?
It's closed on Tuesdays.
Are they getting unemployment benefits?
I have no idea what is
Evan,
going on.
Are they still getting unemployment benefits? Is that what's going on?
I thought that
I thought they stopped that.
Stopped that extra money.
I thought he did stop it last
The
month.
extra money he stopped.
All I know is that there's too many incentives out there for people not to work.
Okay.
Which to me is
so here's my point. I think, here's the reality. When things are choppy and uncertain, my business tends to do better because people realize that they need a professional to help navigate their money and their life.
Right.
Because the older you get, you can go back to work and make up the difference for making a mistake. If you're young, oh my God, you've got years of mistakes that you can overcome and time is on your side. But once you're already, I'm an old man. I mean, I'm not Charlie status,
You're
but
not that old.
I'm breathing down your neck, brother.
I know.
So
pretty soon you're going to be 60.
Oh my God. You had to do the S word.
I think, right?
So folks, I don't know. I think we may have started a reckless abandonment, a wonderful thing today with the 3 characters. I've never seen Evan so quiet in my
Evan
life
really
of doing this for
today.
I didn't ask him too many questions.
You
didn't feel like I left you out, did you?
Evan's looking good.
Listen, he just came today to do my show. He's officially on vacation.
That's so nice.
He's
Evan,
a
I'm
nice
glad I got
guy.
to see you today.
He's a great guy.
Evan's great.
Evan, would you like any parting shots? Everybody, nothing?
Is Evan turning
That's
red?
it?
Is he gonna
I think he
Evan
is.
blushing? Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, at least he doesn't have to date. He's got a good family and wife.
He just shot me. You all missed it, but he literally just shot me.
All right, I think that's going to wrap up for our first take of Denny and the Broad, ladies and gentlemen. Marla Brodsky. And have fun. Be careful. If you get a chance this weekend, I'm going to be playing all over the place. You can look at my Facebook page, and I tell you which spots we're at. Hopefully, I'll see you.
I'm going to see you on Sunday for sure.
You're going to see me on Sunday,
Yes.
and we'll see you next Thursday. Who knows? We might have some animals or farm things going on in the next show.
Really?
Maybe. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Adios.
The preceding was a paid program. The content is provided by the advertiser. WSTU, its staff, management, and owners are not responsible for the content. Advisory services offered through Blackridge Asset Management, a registered investment advisor. Securities are offered through Peak Brokerage Services, LLC. Blackridge Asset Management is a separate and independent entity from Peak Brokerage Services, LLC. Member, FINRA, SIPC.